So, throughout the month of July, we're talking about our theme is treatment for a successful transition. And so, what is treatment? Treatment is scientific mind treatment or affirmative prayer. Treatment is a technology that allows the user to co-create with God. And by technology, we're saying the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. So this isn't, just the average prayer. Treatment is a step-by-step process utilizing the principles of cause and effect that can be used and reused to produce verifiable results. So, step-by-step process using cause and effect. It can be used again and again, produce verifiable results. This is science, this is technology. So the first step of treatment is recognition, where we recognize that God is all there is. And today's talk is, what is God? Next week we'll talk about what am I? That's the second step of treatment, and then the third step is what do I want, which is our realization. And then after that is gratitude or thanksgiving and release. So, what is God? God, who can ever answer the topic or the question, what is God? So, what I wanted to do is list some attributes that we think are God qualities, and use that to sort of say this is what God is, as much as we can say what God is. So we recognize God as absolute reality, meaning God is all that is, and as such, God is the only intelligence. God is life. Life being the animating principle of being. As Reverend Dr. Alice says, the thing that makes the grass grow. Love that. Ernest Holmes says, life is that which lives, and power is the energy with which it operates. So life is that which lives. It is that which is, and we know that everything is just in constant movement and constant flow from a subatomic level up to, planets and things and tides and our winds. I can't think of what the winds are called right now, but the trade winds. And, there's just constant movement in this unified field of stuff, of energy, is constantly moving. And so this is life. And so and God, this is God. This is, God is all that is. God is light or wisdom, that which is experienced in revelation and communion with the divine. When we tap into communion with the one, when we come into contact with that divine intelligence, recognizing it as who and what we are, what comes through is light or wisdom. We say, this person is enlightened. They have taken on the light. They have taken on the wisdom. They have recognized the truth with a capital T that is very simple. The truth is very simple, so people can have these awakening experiences that are just brief flashes, and there's a download in that moment because of a ton. There's a download of a ton because the truth is so simple. I should say truth is so simple, and the truth. Truth is so simple. God is love, capital L, love, not the sticky, sickly sweet, you complete me love, but this, what Ernest Holmes says, the self-givingness of spirit through the desire to express itself in terms of creation. I think of love, that capital L, love, as a realization of our oneness, that if we recognize each other as one, as we are one thing, we're one with one another, then of course there's going to be love there because we love ourselves. It is self-love. It is love for what is. There's nothing to not love. There's joy, there's life, there's wisdom. there's nothing to not love. It's all one thing. And so that recognition of oneness, that realization of oneness is love with a capital L. Peace. God is peace, right? A state of calm that comes from the knowledge that God is all. God is all there is. There is nothing to fight against. There is nothing to war against. There is nothing to resist, nothing to be in opposition to. This is the state of peace. So we get out of the state of peace when we think to ourselves, oh, I'm separate from God and that person's separate from God, and therefore we're both separate from each other and we have conflict. And now I'm in a state where I don't have peace. I have fear. And of course, fear based on the fact that I think I'm all alone, and then I project that fear out into the world, and then I'm fighting with people, and I'm resisting this, and it shouldn't be that way, and all manner of lack of peace. And so the realization that all is one, that all is God, that we are all connected in one thing, that is peace. The peace of knowing that all is well, because all is one. Power, as we said before, life is that which lives, and power is the energy with which it operates. Ernest Holmes says, we have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer, a power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and in a new life. So power, this thing that, we say there's life with all that movement and flow. This is life, and that which causes it to move, that which causes it to flow, is this power. And this power has the power of creation, right? The power of the creative process to think and allow the thoughts from our objective mind to go into that subjective mind that just is like putting a seed in soil, and then the plant grows out of it. Our thoughts manifest into the world that we see. We bring about the world that we want to see. And so this power, this is an incredible power, the power that is eternally creative and just infinitely going on and expressing itself, such that God is just in constant expansion. It's hard to wrap the human mind around, the human brain, the thinking brain. But if we let that go and we just feel into what is ours to know, what the truth is, we can experience something of this truth with a capital T, of this power with a capital P, this eternally creative and infinitely creative process. That we are expressions of this one power. We are expressions of this life and this light and this love and this peace and this power. That is what we humans are. God is joy, and this is, Ernest Holmes says, is the emotion excited by the expectancy of good. It is one of my favorite definitions of all of his, the emotion excited by the expectancy of good, right? Because in the realization that all is one, how can there not be an expectancy of good, and good with a capital G, knowing that all is well, all is love, all is peace, and it is constantly and infinitely creative. There is this expectancy of good from that creation, and excitement about what are we going to see? What are we going to experience? What is going to be expressed as this incredible diversity on our planet alone? And then we go out into the solar system and the multiverse, and there's even more diversity and multiplicity out there, just endless, infinite, countless diversity out there, difference and beauty. And so what are we, that expectancy of good, what is it going to be? It's so exciting. It's like when you do the treatment and you put the seed in the soil, you have the thought, you put the seed in the soil, and then you recognize oh, I don't know what it's going to come up as. I just know that it's going to come up. What is it going to be? I'm so excited to see that kind of joy. God is beauty, and beauty is, the diversity and the harmony and the balance of God. All of this multiplicity and all of this different creations all working together, all flowing together, the unified field, all constantly flowing together, never breaking down and fighting. And the air doesn't fight against the air. I've heard, I don't know what Eastern teachers said, water has no enemies, but water has no enemies. It is just constant, beautiful, perfect flow, constant harmony, everything moving in perfect rhythm. I mean, think about just the circulatory system in your body alone, just one system. It's like, do you remember that first heartbeat? Of course we don't, but your body has just been, the heart is beating, we are breathing, oxygen is flowing, blood is flowing throughout our body. It is incredible. This flow and this harmony of all these things working, all of our organs working together in the symbiotic nature that is just, it's incredible. So these are some God qualities that help us to sort of understand this is what God is. And God qualities matter because we need to know what our reality is, and because we are made of these God qualities. So in terms of transition, we're changing from one state or condition to another. We need to remember that outer conditions and states can change, transition, or transform, but our core remains the same. We continue to learn and shed stories and beliefs from fear, and we express more wholly that which we are at our core, that thing that never changes, which is God, light, life, love, all those qualities we just talked about. And therefore, our transition, and any transition, can be a catalyst for inner growth. It can shake things up and bring up our fearful thoughts or fearful beliefs, things that we can face and sort of be with and allow them to be, rather than be in resistance to them, and allow them to express and just love them and allow them to let go. And rather than kind of tightening up and holding on to them and keeping these fears in place, just being with it and let that fear express itself, and we stay in that observer role, knowing that all is well, that we are love, that we are peace, that all is good. So change can shake things up, and that is good. Transition is a gift, right? There's only one life, one light, one love, one peace, one power, one joy, one beauty, and that is what we are. I'm talking a little low because my son is sleeping, if you wonder why I'm in this tone of voice. The one that is my son is asleep. So bringing to mind what we are, right, all these God qualities, and then we face our fears. If we have trouble with facing our fears, we can make an appointment with a practitioner, right? Because practitioners are trained to deal with this sort of thing. Practitioners go through intense training of bringing up stuff within themselves to deal with. This is a part of practitioner training. And so they are well versed in dealing with fear thoughts and fearful beliefs. And not only can they sort of talk to you about it and guide you just a little bit, but they give you this treatment, a scientific mind treatment, affirmative prayer, and this is a very powerful thing. This is the use of the creative power. That God is the use of the creative power that we are. And I see I'm coming up on 15 minutes, and I need to keep these videos at 15 minutes or shorter. So I'm gonna put a pin in this. But this is basically what is God, the first installment of the treatment for a successful transition. Thanks for joining. Love you. Welcome home.